Hi guys, and welcome to Crafting with Lola and Oscar. Welcome to the channel. I know I was out of town for a little bit, so that's why we didn't have a video last week, but I'm back. And this week we're going to do something really exciting. I think I talked to you guys about it maybe a month or so ago, and I've been working on it. And it's a little project I call Thoughtful Thursdays. And we're going to do a greeting card planning binder. Now, if you have any questions, remember you can always reach out to me at Danielslola, the number 35 at yahoo.com, or you can actually go on to the YouTube channel, Crafting with Lola and Oscar. Send a comment to me on any one of the videos, and I always try my best to respond back to the videos. But for right now, what I wanted to do is I want to take the time. This video actually is, I think we're going to do it in two parts because it is a larger project and I don't want the video to be too long. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually go through the things that you would need to create this project. Here's the project, and this is what it's going to be: a binder, and these are some of the things that you're going to need. So before we go through the binder and putting it all together and going through all the good stuff, let's take a look at a list of the supplies that you are going to need. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how we're going to put all this together. So now, some of these things are optional, but most of them are necessary. So you're going to need what's called is a clinch machine. I have my smaller one, but of course, I have so much stuff in my craft room, I can't find it. So I don't even know where it is. But it is a clinch machine. Now, the one that I have, if you want to do an 8.5 by 11 project, you're going to need the big one. See, it's so big, you can't even see it on the screen. So that's why I was trying to find a small one. But it's called Clinch, the Clinch. And it's by We Are Memory Keepers. You'll need one of those. Okay, you're going to also need the wire, a wire binder for your book. Okay, so you'll need one of these. And then you can get these, again, by We Are Memory Keeper. Okay, yep, that's the wire binder. And it goes by size. So you have to decide, how big the book is going to be, how many pages you want it to be, your binder, and so forth. So that's all personalized. But just in general, these are things that you'll need. Okay, you're gonna definitely need some glue, all kinds of glue. You're gonna need double-sided tape. And what I did, of course, I can't find it. It's sitting right here. Never fails. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so you'll need different types of double-sided tape. You definitely probably want to get a real big. I think it's about 2 inches. So you different types of double-sided tape. You want to use your harder glue, this type of glue for your chipboard, which we're going to talk about next. You're going to need some chipboard, okay? And you can get that from Amazon, okay? Chipboard, if you don't know what that is, it's really what the boxes and the heavy-duty boxes and things are made out of. Let me just, you hear how that is? But you can actually cut it, but it's real sturdy. You can get this at Amazon. That's the best place to get it. Okay. And this is 8.5 by 11. You get like about, gosh, I don't know how many pages this was. This was I don't know how many. It was probably about 50 in here. But you'll need a couple of pieces depending on you're definitely gonna need one for your front and your back. So you'll need chipboard. Okay. You will need don't need it necessarily, but if you like to, in my binder, in my Thoughtful Thursday binder, I am putting in some loose leaf paper so I can make notes and such. And I will show you how I'm actually putting everything into the binder. We're just talking about the supplies right now. So this is, I got this from Walmart and it's called microfiber, perforated. It's real small perforated, it's a legal pad. And I'll show you how I took that apart and how we punched holes in it and everything else. And then the last but not least, what you're gonna need is you'll need some type of, oh, you know what you need also is, we get these all the time, you guys, in the mail. We get these calendars because, you know, people be wanting to, us to buy stuff for or submit, you know, give them money and stuff. So if you're getting these kind of calendars, this is a good thing to use. Is to take this calendar, and the one I actually am using, it is really great because it has like address section in it and all kinds of little, it's almost like a little planner by itself. It's pretty cool. And I will show you how I decorated the planner and made it my own and put it into the book. This will also go into the binder as well. Let's see. Now, what I used, and I'll show you this, I used a couple of things as far as my cardstock and my pattern of how I kind of wanted this binder to go. I used some of the Crafter's Companion paper that came out of the one of her specialty collections. Precious Memories. Actually, this was from the Precious Memories. So I used some of the paper from that collection as well as some of the dies. And the main thing I used was the belt buckle. There's like a little belt buckle in here, right here, and so forth, but I'll show you that later. So those are the embellishments that I used. You also got flowers and ribbons and all kinds of stuff. You could decorate it however you want. And of course, it wouldn't be a greeting card planning binder if you didn't have greeting cards. So you might want to pre-make up cards. You might want to make the cards to match the binder. I'm going to show you how I did that as well. Okay, so the first thing I think, after now that we talked about all the supplies, and I think I've gotten through everything, I want to show you the clinch. And I'm just going to go over this real kind of quick, but not real quick. And I think what I need to do is, let's see if I can, I'm going to have to move my, let's see, my camera around somehow so that you can see everything. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. All right, so this is the larger clinch. Again, like I said, if you wanted a smaller one, you know, if you want your binder to be smaller, that's up to you. It's however you want to do it. All right, so this is a really, really tricky little situation here. I'm not going to give you a class on the clinch. We're not going to do that, but I'm going to show you what I did. Is my camera full? I'm going to show you what I did, how I punched the holes, how that you can punch the holes and be successful in punching these holes. Which is the most important thing. Let me see if I can just get this going in the right direction. Okay, so everything is based off of the size of paper that you have. Okay. Let's see if I can. No, that's not working. It's a little too light. Okay, there we go. All right, so everything is based off of the paper that you have, or the size paper that you have. And when you look over here, this will tell you what the size of the paper is. This is in inches. And then these little toggles here, as you can see, these little things, these are where your holes are going to be. Okay, and it'll tell you what to pull out, what not to pull out. So the bottom line is my paper was 11 and a half. The length of it was 11 and a half. So the first thing what you want to do, and this is just real quick, okay? There's a lot to this machine. There are videos. If I can remember, I'll do my best to actually put a video up on the not a video, a link to a video that I found that was really good explaining this, because it can be a little complicated. This is a whole video in itself, but I just want to share with you how I got the holes in everything that I'm going to put in my binder. So I knew my paper was 11 inches. Okay, so my paper is 11 inches. So I want to make sure that the first thing I want to do is make sure that all of my things are pushed in. Why is this not pushed in? Okay, so to make my first initial holes, I'm going to make sure that everything is pushed in, that this little extended arm is pushed in. And then I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to push it all the way inside, okay? And then I'm just going to simply push down, okay? Now that should have put holes in, as you can see, in everything. Now, how do I get holes in the part down here? You say, well, Lola, how do you get holes in the part down here? So you just simply pull this little extended arm out, okay? Let's see if I can get it, make sure I can get it in the camera. Yeah, crap. Let's see. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, so you pull the little extended arm all the way out. There's a little tab over here, of which I'm going to see if I can turn this around so you can see. See this little tab right here? What you do is now that you have the arm out, you pull this all the way down, and the last hole that's possible, you want to stick this all the way back in, and then push this up against all the way towards the back, and there's that little hole right here. Make sure it's flush, and then what you're going to do is this little tab right here. Let's see if I can get it around again. Right there, you just push it down in that hole, and it's going to make sure that your paper stays flush. And the last thing what you want to do is you want to go back over to your little chart, and if your paper is 11 inches like mine is, my book is 11 inches, then it tells you to pull out tab number, the little circle, pull out number 10. If you don't pull this out, you're going to get something that looks like, you're going to have a problem. You're going to get something that looks like that. See how that looks? Okay? It's going to mess you up really bad. So this is your guideline right here. So we pull this out, number 10 out. Okay? And once we pull this out, oops, only number 10, and then we push down, okay? We pop up our little lever again, and then we should have a perfectly sized punched piece of paper or your cardstock or whatever you're going to be doing. So that's just a little deal on how you get everything punched. So I had some more paper that I wanted to go into my binder for my notes, so I'll go ahead and do those. Okay, this is that perforated paper, okay, that I got from Walmart. It comes in a legal pad like this. So what I did was I pull all this off, okay, and the perforation is right here, and it works out perfectly. You don't even have to cut it, okay. I kept the back of it for backing, and I punched holes in that too, okay, and I'll show you that later on as well. But right now, let's go ahead and do the same thing for our paper, okay. All right, so I want to make sure I get this going in the right direction. All right, so again, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is nice and tight, because this is the rest of the paper that I wanted to actually put in. Okay, I want to push back in number 10, okay, because we'll punch your nose, okay. All right, I'm going to just push down. You just keep going. Now it says, I can't remember, your Clinch will tell you how many pieces of paper or whatever you can actually put in here. I think it says up to 25, you know. Okay, then we're gonna pull this out, this little lever out again, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna bring this all the way down, go push back in, find that hole where the little lever is. You probably heard me. You might not can see it, but you hear it? And I'm pushing that little thing into the hole, the last hole that was created. I'm pulling out number 10 again, and then I'm gonna punch the rest of the holes. Okay, then I'm gonna lift up the tab, and then there are all my holes for the rest of the piece of paper that I want to use for my project. All right, so that is basically how you go about punching your holes. Okay, and if you make a project that you that you want to keep or whatever, you want to make it again, I always say do something like a little master. See how I've actually kept this here, and I made a note of what should be pulled out, when it should be pulled out, and stuff like that. It works out really, really well. All right, so let's see if we can do a couple of things, and then we're gonna go over what's in the book, and then each individual thing I'm going to show you how I actually created everything. Okay, all right, so we can bring this down a little bit more so you don't see my red pajamas, but you still see them, right? All right, so we're going to keep that here. So now this is what the book looks like. It's not bounded up yet with the wire. That's the last thing I want to do, so we're not even going to talk about that in this particular video. But let me show you what's actually in this video, and then I probably will go back and tell you how I went about making everything. All right, so let's see. So this is our cardstock. This is the front, okay? And then I covered it with some really pretty paper, punched my holes in it, okay? And then I put something on the front. So this is not cardstock. I'm sorry. This is the chipboard that I covered on both sides, okay? And then in here is the calendar. And I just did I took that same paper, okay, that from the Crafter's Companion collection, covered it, decorated it, and you don't have to, I just put a little something on here just so you can get a general idea. But this is the actual calendar. It's a real flimsy calendar. It's just one of these little things, remember, we get in the mail. So what you want to do is you want to put either a hard, a really nice firm cardstock on the front and the back, and then decorate it, or you can use a chipboard, whichever you prefer. I just used some really sturdy cardstock first of all, and I covered it, and then I used the designer paper to give it a decoration so it would match. Okay, and then again, you can put whatever you want here. You can put calendar, you can decorate this. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. But if you open this up, you will notice that this is just one of those plain old calendars. But I like this one a lot because this one, it just came in the mail. Oh, is that the first page? What happened? Did it get stuck? Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so see, it has special numbers, and I don't. It has a calendar in here. I think in the back it has some information in the back, and you can just use whatever calendar you want. Notes, holidays, and you want to use this calendar if you're sending cards on. If you want to track all your birthdays, your anniversaries, and all you got to do is look at your calendar because you've written it down, and oh, I got to make a card for this person. I got to make a card for that one. Well, now, this project that I'm doing is called Thoughtful Thursdays. You're like, what is that, Lola? What is Thoughtful Thursday? Well, Thoughtful Thursdays came to me. The Lord just put it on my heart to do something once a week for somebody that was thoughtful. Something that whether and I said, well, okay, what can I do? And as the more and more I thought about it, I said, well, I'm always making greeting cards, so I should just make some greeting cards. So every Thursday I try to send out a greeting card to someone, whether it's birthday, sympathy, get well, or whatever. And that's how I came about with Thoughtful Thursdays. Yep, so that's what Thoughtful Thursdays is. Okay. So anyway, this is your calendar, and so you can see it is on front and back. Now I'm going to get to how did I punch holes in this. Well, what I did was I took another piece of chipboard, okay, punch my holes because you don't want to punch holes in your calendar. And I have on here some double-sided tape. That what's going to happen is that this is going to be glued onto this, okay, and then it will line right up with the holes that go right here for that part right there. And then because you're going to have, excuse me, because you're going to have some extra space, you can still, okay, so we line everything up, we line it like that so you can see the holes of the binder. Here the hole, that's going to be attached because I have my double-sided tape there already. Okay, and again, this is just the part one of this two-part video, working with the Thoughtful Thursdays greeting card planning book. Okay, and then on my second video, I'm going to actually put everything together, but I wanted to talk you through everything, tell you some of the supplies I use, how I came up. Now, you don't have to do your binder like this. You can do it any way you want, but this is how I am doing it. So again, then this is going to be attached to this, and then as you can see, all the holes are matching, and you still have a little slot. You'll have a little slot back here. You could even put something back here against your calendar. Now, here's just a plain piece of paper, a piece of pearlescent cardstock. It's like an ivory color. We flip this over, okay, and then here is all my paper that I wanted to use, and that you can make notes, whatever you want. You know, it's just basically putting a notepad in your binder. Okay, and then this right here is the back of the legal notepad. Remember, I pulled it off, punched holes in it, and there we go with that. Now, what's next? Then the next thing is, I absolutely love this little thing. I got it from the dollar store. You always need onesies, or not onesies, not onesies. Well, you might need a onesie. I understand they make them for the grown folks too, but I meant, what do you call this thing? Let me open it up. Got this from the dollar store. I think it's so cute. Put double-sided tape all the way over this. This actually is notes. See this? The notes. That's how you call them. They're all little notes. And then a large notepad. Love, love, love this. What I did was I have a piece of heavier cardstock. Yeah, I guess you could say cardstock because it's pretty heavy. And you want it to be heavy. Then what happens is that this is going to be, I'm going to do it this way you can see. I'm going to glue this down using the double-sided tape that I have here. Okay. And then when you open this up, and again, I'm going to pull this over and try to get it centered, but a little bit more to the top. Okay, so that the base, which is where a lot of the stuff is, will be actually on the paper. So see how I'm going to have it like, like that. Okay, the lid, the top, I don't care if it flaps, if it's more extended over, as you can see. But I really want to make sure that these two are on the base of the paper. What's glued down or what's going to be taped down or super glued down or whatever you want to say, it's going to be firmly put down, is going to be this one here. So you'll have those. Okay. And then the last but not least, okay, is this part, which is so exciting. So it's so much to this little section right here, I don't even know where to begin. And of course, you'll need your back. Here's your back cover, okay? And again, you can decorate it however you want it. But this is the gist of the project. So what I've done is I've taken, again, another piece of chipboard, covered it up with another piece of the pattern paper that was in that paper pack for Precious Moments, Crafter's Companion. Okay, I used the die. From that collection to make a very cute little, because I was like, okay, if I put these in here, I wanted to make a little pocket. So as you can see, I created a little pocket where all my cards that I've already pre-made will go in here. Okay, and then let me pull everything out. But I made this little what do you call it? Like a little belt almost. It has some magnets on it. And I put magnets here, a magnet here. And I'm going to pull out all these little cards so you can kind of get a better view of what's happening with this. Okay. And then, So here it is. So I punched the holes in it, as you can see. Okay. And then I think this was so cute. This is so cute. It's not really wide, but you're able to put a number of cards. You can put 5x7 cards in here, other cards in here, just whatever kind of cards you want to make, especially if you have some already in advance. Or if you want to make this as a gift and give it to somebody, you can always do that. You can always do it. And then you match your cards up with your the design of the actual book, the binder, which I'm going to show you what I did with that. Okay, so let's see. So, but I want to tell you a little bit about this right here. So this is just a little cute little belt buckle that I put on here, and as you can see, it's magnetized, and it will hold all my little cards into this little pocket. And you want to put this one in the back because it's the bulkier part. You want to put that in the back of your binder. You don't want it at the front. So the first thing what I did was I made a set of matching cards that will match this design. I used and there are all kinds of cards. Now the envelopes are here too, so that's not really relevant right now. All right, but as you can see, here are all the different cards. I used some of the Crafter's Companion dies. Now I haven't put any sentiments or anything on the inside. It's just generally I just made it. I used some acetate, as you can see. Okay, so here's one that says from our family to yours. Happy birthday, and they're all different, but they match. They all are matching the paper from the collection. Here's one that says with sympathy, and these cards are nice. What I like about them, because they are just the slimline cards that can go in what we call a number 10 envelope. No extra posters necessary, and you can just put it right in the mail. So that's what I really like about the slimline cards. I think that's what everybody really likes now about slimline cards. Okay, here's another one. Thank you so much. And as you can see, these are all different dies. They're all from Crafter's Companion. I haven't finished decorating them or putting, like I said, words in it. I just wanted to get a general idea what it would look like if everything was matching. Sending all my love, which I think that one's really pretty. I really like that one. And then the last one, it's your special day. Okay. Now these are, I'll put that information about these types of dies. I think they were called slimline curved dies. I think that's what they were called. All right, so we have these matching cards that would go in there, that can go in there if you want them to go in there. Okay. And then also, you can also either make you a card 5x7, use some of the ribbon. You can put a 5x7 card in there. You could do little small cards, and all of this again is from from the collection. Just a cute little note card. I think this one's really cute. You know, something small. You just want, hey, just saying hello, how are you doing? Thinking of you. A little 5x5 card. I thought this one was really cute. And I'm going to tell you about this real quick. I went to Walmart today, and have you ever seen these little things like that? And they're like with all kinds of sayings. This one talks about love. Here's another one. I picked up another one because I thought it was so pretty, because I love green and white, especially after doing that winter white collection. This one is about peace. And then these will fit perfectly on a 5x7 card. So if you don't have any stamps or dies or anything like that, and you want to make some cards, but you're like, well, how can I do it? I don't have that. This was like $7. Go get you some blank 5x7 cards. You can get it off Amazon or wherever. And here's your wording already. You don't even have to do anything. You just paste that on there and find some embellishments, and you can go. Okay? So what I did with this one is that I just, this little card, this little 5x5, matte and layered it a little bit. I took that and I cut it twice, and I used one of these little corner edger things, you know, where you can make the corners round. You can get these anywhere as well. This is called Somebody Pro. I can't even see it because I have my glasses on it, but you can always get that from anywhere. Okay, and then I stamped it, cards by Lola, and it's just a cute little card. So you can make, again, your larger cards, your little note cards, these kind of cards, or you want cards to actually match your project. So going back to this, now once we have it, we unpop it. Now the main thing is, I'm going to tell you, when you do this, This is a die that I got from this collection. And it's these dies. Let me show you exactly the two dies. Oh, I hate pulling this out because I might not be able to get back in, y'all. I'm hoping. Okay, so this is for the buckle. This little die right here, I use that one for the buckle. And then, oh, I think this is it. Okay, and then this is a little piece that gives you the little round edge right there. Okay, so you will have to obviously cut it longer, or if you want it longer. But there's just these two little pieces here. Oh, okay, and that's from the Precious Memories. And this is the waterfall card. So I just use those dies out of that collection. Or you can create something your own, whatever you want. You know, and if you want to get the little mini magnets, you can again get those off of Crafter's Companion page, and I say Crafter's Companion a lot, you guys, because I already bought everything they done made basically. But you can always get those little things again off of Amazon too. All right, so let's go ahead and put this back in. So we're gonna put in our what did I do with them, y'all? Okay. So we have all our cards that would go in here with the envelope. They would simply just, and here it snaps, okay? Because remember, this is going to be cinched up. So if you don't put something here, all your little cards are going to fall out. So we have these cards here, the little makeshift cards that not makeshift, but any other cards. You can put a lot in here because you can see, you may or may not can see the depth of that, okay? So you have all your cards here. It doesn't have to be cards. You can put something else if you want. But if you are, if you make a batch of cards or something like that, you already have them here. And you can also do the same thing where you can actually make this dual. You can make another pocket and put it on the back. And maybe separate it and have your 5x7s or whatever and have these separate here. I just didn't do it, but I left it flat. Okay, then this, let's see, would go like that. Okay, so we have all our holes going in that direction. Now, one thing I did try, but just kind of didn't work out. I wanted to put like a little plastic pocket in here, but I mean, it still can go in here, but it really isn't because the problem is, see, this is too big and it's going to overlap. So that's why that didn't work out. But if you can find one smaller, you punch holes the same way you did your cardstock, the same way you do your I can't have a chipboard. You do the same thing, but this right now, as you can see, it's just way too bit overflapped. So it really didn't work out. So I'm a little disappointed with that. But so we put that to the side because that ain't gonna work. Okay, and then you can put anything you want in here, and here's the back. Okay, then the final touches would be to take this little wire, which we're going to do in our second video. We're going to go through everything. We're going to put the calendar together. We're going to put the book together in the second video finally. But this goes onto the machine, and then the holes go, it goes like this, and then the machine, you just squish it, and then boom, you got a binder. I'm hoping it's going to work out. We're going to see. I'm pretty excited, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is part 1 of the Thoughtful Thursday greeting card planning binder. All right, so there we have it. So when you open it up again, okay, let's just say if we had the, okay, we have this here once again. The front, you can put anything you want on the front. We have our calendar, and remember the calendar is going to be attached. We have to attach that. We'll do that in the second video. Okay, we have our little notepad, whatever, just loose leaf paper. Bottom line, loose leaf paper. Okay, that goes there. Then the next thing is your nice heavy piece of cardstock, and on that is going to be where you're putting. Let me see, I gotta get this going the right way. Okay, I'm gonna turn as I'm turning off. This is going to be your notice and all that kind of stuff that would go there. Okay. And then the last thing on the last page will be all your greeting cards, your little packet, your little pocket of greeting cards, which are so, so cute. And then if you want to put more stuff in it, God bless you. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. Because remember, you got to think about how big your wire is going to be. And I think this should be good. I think this is, I'm not too sure. I think this is like an inch or maybe 2 inches. Okay. And then this is the back. And then that is your beautiful, 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 beautiful project all done. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you in the next video.